Good evening. Welcome to the very first episode of Study With Me. I'm going to ask you to be patient. This is not only our first podcast of this particular variety and title, it's our first podcast ever. So I'm Loy, along with my partner in crime, Flo. We are your online learning team here at GCC. And this series is all about connection. We want to help you feel supported and motivated and confident as you move through your online learning journey. Each week, we'll be taking on a theme, from tackling Brightspace, building good study habits, and connecting to the many services that GCC has to offer. Every episode, we're going to give you some takeaways that you can actually use. And while the first couple of podcasts will just be me talking with you, you'll soon hear from guests across the college. We've talked to librarians, tutors, success coaches, advisors, and financial aid staff, and career services people. I hear the president of the college wants to stop by. We're going to keep it quick. Episodes will run between 10 and 25 minutes depending on the topic. And please remember, these are live sessions. They're not polished or pre-edited. You're getting the conversation as it happens. Messy, just the way college really is. We'll be referring quite a bit to something called the Success Course for GCC students. Now you can find that in Brightspace, right next to your credit courses, and it contains many resources that can help you find your way. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Our first episode tonight is about tech and getting going on your semester. We're going to talk about technology and the crazy world of online learning that comes with it. Well, let's be honest. Everyone has a different relationship with technology. Some of you love technology. I love technology. I love experimenting. Push every button. Let's just see what it does. Some of you only deal with it because you have to. And some, well, you'd rather avoid it unless absolutely necessary. Now, none of those approaches are wrong, but they do shape the way that you'll experience online learning. So that's why tonight we're focusing on connections. How you connect with the technology, how you connect with your classes, how you connect with people and resources at GCC that can help you when things get a little tricky. We're also going to talk about what to do when life throws you off track and how to lean on your support network instead of having a panic. So by the end of this episode, you'll know our GCC systems a little bit better, and you'll know how to use your relationship with technology to your advantage. Most importantly, you'll know that you don't have to figure it out alone. Before we dive in, a quick reminder, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any future sessions. And remember, right after this YouTube session, we've got an after party. That'll be on Zoom at 7:30, just for GCC students. And it's your chance to bring in personal questions and get immediate answers in a smaller setting. So segment 1, your tech personality. Earlier I said everyone has their own relationship with technology, and here's what I mean by that. Some of you are the fixers. You poke around until you solve your problems. Some of you are the askers. You would rather pick up the phone and ask, get an answer right away, rather than waste your time figuring it out. Some folks are wait-and-see types. You close the laptop and you open it up and hope somebody fixed it tomorrow. Again, none of those strategies are inherently wrong, but the trick is knowing when your usual approach isn't enough and it's time to reach out. That's where your support network comes in. The first connection point for almost every student is the Success Course for GCC students. It's your orientation space. It's a place you can practice and test things out, and meet some of the resources and people that will matter later. So you think about it as a training ground. It's a place where you learn the systems before grades are on the line. You can find that in Brightspace as the course with the blue compass. From there, here's how you map out who to connect with. Well, if you've got a question about assignments or deadlines or grades or something that's directly in your course, your first stop is always your instructor. The syllabus is your guide. The instructor wrote that so that it's available to you 24/7. If the answer's not there, reach out to that instructor and ask the question. If it's a true tech issue, you can't log in, your course disappears from the screen, the whole system is acting up, that's almost always the help desk. They're at 585-345-HELP, HELP, and they've got the keys to fix your actual accounts and systems. And for bigger questions about navigating online learning, Brightspace shortcuts, course expectations, even just who handles what, well, that's where Flo and I in online learning come in. We're the generalists. We help connect you with the right service. And you can reach us at gcconline@genesee.edu. So, no matter your style, you're a fixer, you're an asker, you're a wait and see, take this away. You don't have to wrestle with the technology by yourself. Check in the Success course under the track Building Your Network for lots of resources with direct contact information for people who can help you. Knowing who's in your corner helps you spend less time stuck and more time on the course content you really need to learn. Now let's talk about two big systems that you'll use every day. I want to talk to you about MyGCC and Brightspace. MyGCC is the student portal, and Brightspace is the LMS classroom. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Why can't everything just all be in one place? Well, here's the deal. MyGCC is your connection to the college itself. Now, this is where you register, pay your bill, check your email, see your schedule. It's like a college front office. You go there to handle your business. Brightspace, on the other hand, is an LMS, a learning management system. It's your connection to your classes. It's where your course materials and assignments and your grades live. But more importantly, it's how you connect to your instructor. They're the person guiding the class and setting deadlines and giving feedback. Brightspace is just the tool. It's the instructor behind it who makes the class run. Now, sometimes that connection, it might not be so smooth. We've had a lot of students this week who've called in, I can't see my course in Brightspace. Where is it? And the answer is, well, it depends. Sometimes you're not logging in the right way. You need the network login button, not the local login button. And so you're trying to log in with the wrong set of credentials. That is the most common reason why students can't find their courses in Brightspace. But sometimes you do get in Brightspace and you're looking at the wrong semester. Brightspace might still be showing your spring classes or your summer classes or maybe some other semester. And the course is really there, but you just need to look at all your classes. And yes, sometimes the course really isn't there. There was a computer glitch, and that's when Help Desk has to step in and sort it out. The systems are not perfect, but they are built to keep you connected. When the connection breaks down, it's not a sign of panic. It's a reminder to go to support. Find some instructions in MyGCC. Contact the online learning office, and if necessary, contact Help Desk to get back on track. So here's something to think about. Now, we all use technology to stay in touch with our friends and family, right? Texting, FaceTime, group chats. I don't know about you, but my family group chat is almost all cats. That's okay. But connecting with an instructor through Brightspace, somehow it feels a little different. How is it the same? How is it different? Do you feel like you're really connecting with your instructor through Brightspace? Or does it feel a touch less personal because it's a college? Something to think about. I hope you all don't mind that I'm taking a break for every now and again just to have a breath. But let's talk about our next segment, building confidence with some of the tools that we have at GCC. So, when you're just starting out, I'll say it again, best place to get your bearings, the Success Course in Brightspace. It's where you learn to move around, figure out where your assignments are, how to check your grades, where to find announcements from your instructors. And it is designed so you can click around and practice and even make mistakes without worrying about it. The more time you spend in that course, the less time you'll spend later asking, where do I find that? Or did I get everything this week, or did I miss something? So that's being comfortable with Brightspace. And once you're comfortable there, the next step is connecting with your course materials. That's where Booksmart comes in. I hear that word all the time. Positive, negative, doesn't seem like there's anything in between. What Booksmart does is it integrates your materials or includes your materials right in your Brightspace courses and make sure that you get them in the right form. Now, sometimes that's a direct link in Brightspace. You'll see a link for Chapter 1 and you'll click on it and boop, off you go to Chapter 1. Sometimes it's a physical rental. You're going to pick up a book at the bookstore. And sometimes it's a digital key called an access code. Now, an access code unlocks your personal account on that publisher's website. And this is where you start to see how textbooks have evolved. When I went to college, a textbook was a big, thick slab of paper. Would hurt you if you dropped it on your foot. Textbooks are no longer big slabs of paper that you flip through. They've become interactive learning platforms. Like so many other things, they've gone online. Publishers can now add features that you can't get in a print edition. Quizzes that grade themselves immediately. Interactive labs. Even practice problems that adapt to your level, so you're always working at the right pace just for you. Now, to deliver those features, some classes use full third-party e-learning platforms like Pearson MyLab, McGraw-Hill Connect, or Cengage MindTap. These platforms might look like extra websites. They're really just the modern extension of an old-school textbook. It moved to a website, it became interactive, and it connects through Brightspace to get you the content you need. No matter what form your materials take, whether it's a rental or a link or an access code, you always start in Brightspace and you move out from there. So the pattern is this: Brightspace is your home base. The Success Course shows you how to use it. Booksmart is your key to your materials. And in some cases, that key also opens the door to a publisher's platform where extra assignments might live. So here's another question for thought. Think about the last time you learned something new. Did you learn it from a book, a video, a TV show, a conversation, an interactive website? Did that format change the way that you learned? What really is learning anyway? That's what we're trying to figure out when we use these modern textbooks. Now, one of the hardest skills to learn in college is knowing when to ask for help. Particularly with our online students, a lot of students will hold back and think, oh, I don't want to bother anybody. But here's the thing. Asking for help isn't a weakness. It's actually one of the smartest moves you can make. So how do you know when it's time to reach out? Well, let me give you some triggers. If you've read the instructions and you check the syllabus and you still aren't sure what to do, that's when you contact your instructor. The instructor wrote the course content, they know the course content, and they're there to help you with the course content. Now, if you've gotten into a course and suddenly realized, oh, this is not working for me, this is not the course I wanted, this is not the course I thought it would be, that's when you call your success coach. Your success coach can help talk you through the different options. Maybe you can switch to a different course. Maybe there's a different format. Maybe there's some other options. You'll never know if you don't talk to your success coach. Now, if you've tried an assignment, you're sure the answer is right, you're positive it's right, but the computer keeps marking it wrong. Or you're trying it over and over, following the instructions, and you're just not getting it, that could be a good time to connect with the Learning Center. The Learning Center is staffed with paid professional tutors who can help you sort out, is this a content issue? Is it a text glitch? Did you miss a step somewhere? Or maybe you're reading a word differently than it was intended. Let me give you an example. I love to use this example, the word bias. In English, or in your English course, it can mean a tendency to believe a certain philosophy or a certain way of thinking. In your sewing course or your fashion course, it means working with the fabric on the diagonal. Same word, very different meanings. Someone in the Learning Center can help you sort through those words. Now, finally, if the technology is blocking you from turning something in, you try and submit that file and it just won't upload, that's when you call Help Desk or email Online Learning. Someone can help you with that tech glitch. And the faster you connect with them, the faster you get your ticket number and your proof that you sought help. And that can make all the difference when you're talking with an instructor later. Finally, I don't want you to forget that we have an early alert system at GCC. Now, if you do start slipping behind in one of your classes, something's not going right, your instructor can flag it. That sends out a message to your success coach or a tutor to check in with you. You'll get an email. Maybe you'll even get a phone call. Don't feel singled out. We make dozens of those calls every day. And the message is, hey, we're worried about you. How can we help? It's a safety net, and it's there for you. We'll reach out if the instructor sees you falling behind. But it's always better for you to take that first step yourself. When you reach out early, you stay in control of the situation. Because a small problem in week 2 is something we can fix together. But if that same problem is still hanging around in week 11, well, that becomes a bigger object. Something harder to overcome. So don't wait for things to pile up. Don't wait. Don't feel like you're bothering people. Reach out. Reach out early. It saves you time, saves you stress. Sometimes it can even save your grade. Something to think about. When things start to feel off track and your course feels like it's going the wrong direction, what keeps you from asking for help? What stops you from reaching out right away? Finally, I want to finish with some essentials. Here's our takeaway from tonight. Things you'll want to keep handy. We talked about how your relationship with technology shapes the way you experience online learning. We talked about how Brightspace keeps you connected to your instructor, how the Success Course gives you a safe place to practice, and how Booksmart connects you to your course materials. And we looked at when to reach out. Small problems tackled earlier don't snowball into much bigger problems later on. Beyond your instructor, GCC has a whole network of people ready to back you up. Online learning, help desk, success coach, tutors, librarians, counselors, specialists, all kinds of people here ready to reach out and help you. The thread running through all of this is connection. You're not expected to figure everything out alone. College works best when you use the resources around you. So, here's your mission. Stay connected. Contact your instructor, but, first check the syllabus, right? Then send an email or make a phone call to your instructor. You can always reach success coaches at GCC, 585-345-6805, right off our website. You can make an appointment with a tutor in the Learning Center at any time by going to a bit.ly link, bit.ly/ and in all capital letters, WNGCC, also found on our website. Help Desk is there for you until 7 p.m. weeknights, 585-345-HELP. And if you really don't know where to go with your question, online learning fields everything else. GCC Online at genesee.edu. If we can't fix it, we know who can. Every connection you make strengthens your support system. But here's the catch. You have to take the first step. Online, no one can see your frustration. We can't see that you're stuck on a problem unless you reach out. And when you do, the whole network is here to back you up. So I'm going to make a quick reminder. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future episodes. Our next episode next week, we're going to talk about our virtual community and how you can connect with other students online. Don't forget, we've got an after-party Zoom starting at 7:30 just for GCC students. Jump in Brightspace to get that link, bring your questions, and we'll tackle them together. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed our first podcast, and I'm interested in what you thought. This is something new that we're trying, and hopefully it works for you. Send us your comments, gcconline@genesee.edu. Good, bad, indifferent, we want to hear them all. Our closing thought for tonight, our closing thought for every week. College is about progress, not perfection. Just keep moving forward, one step at a time. We'll be here. Good night.